We are here in Las Vegas, Nevada for the 2011 SHOT Show, and we thought we'd get off the Strip and come to one of the most amazing shooting ranges you've ever seen in your life. This is Mark McNeely of the Clark County Shooting Park. You're here. How are you, Mark?
Fine, sir. How are you? Thank you for coming up.
I mean, thank you. First of all, tell me the dimensions of this place.
We're sitting in what is probably one of the most state-of-the-art shooting parks in the world right now. It is now 2,900 acres that we encompass. To put it in layman's terms, we are approximately 1.5 miles long by 3 miles wide. We encompass right now 167 acres of shooting range, which will be expanded to 900 acres in the future when all the other ranges are in. We're just in our first phase right now.
Why is it so important for Clark County to put this on, to put this together, spend the money on a shooting range like this?
Historically in Clark County, we used to be a smaller community, so people would go and set up in the desert, put up tin cans and rocks, and you could shoot. Well, in the past 20 years, we've had such a growth explosion going from 400,000 plus to over 1.2 million that you can no longer do that. And we have had incidents where people were walking in the desert, hiking and riding, people have been shot, people were killed. So it came to the point in Clark County, what can we do to alleviate the fatalities and the tragedies of this happening? So the county commission, Senator Lee, Senator Reed all got together. They made a big push with BLM, and they've got acquisition of funds for what's called the SNPLA, which is the Southern Nevada Public Lands Management Act, which is when BLM land was sold, those proceeds were designated to build a shooting park, and all that money was done off pure land sales, so it didn't cost our taxpayers anything, and we have a safe, professional, fun, friendly environment that's family orientated where people can come and shoot and be safe. And it alleviates the other hazards of people being out in nature's wonder and having to worry about someone shooting.
We parked here and we said, are the ranges behind this building over here? You said no. I mean, it's massive. How do you keep track of all this?
We're lucky enough, the way that it's structured, I'm just the head range master. I have subordinate range masters, another 4. We have range safety officers, line safety officers, range assistants, and then we have a host program. We have snowbirds that come up and live on site, and they volunteer their time, and they're allowed to stay here for free, and they maintain the facility, which saves us hundreds of thousands of dollars in a year in manpower, and then we can direct our manpower more towards what we should be doing, which is educating the public on how to shoot safely, running a safe range, and a safe environment.
Apart from the snowbirds, you can also come and stay here as well, right? To spend the night here?
Oh, absolutely. Up at the Shotgun Center, we have 80 RV sites, and if you come up with your RV at the drop of a hat, you go up to the Shotgun Center, you pay your $20 per night. And the only stipulation is while you stay here, every night that you stay here, we require the next day that you go out and shoot a round of trap and skeet, or use the archery range, or utilize the rifle pistol range.
Now, as a head range master here, of course, your #1 goal is safety. Absolutely. What's the biggest mistake you see?
People assuming that they use their firearms and their equipment safely. We have spent our last year since we've been opened educating what we call the desert shooter, because like we said before, people used to be able to go out, set up and shoot any way you wanted to, and shoot when you wanted and where you wanted. So it's been an ongoing education program, and that's been pretty much our forte, is to educate the public and to get everybody in a safe mindset.
What kind of people, you've got people who've never shot before, they come up here. What do they say to you?
Well, it's a wonderful feeling when someone comes up and they have never fired a firearm before, or we had people come up and they've had a horrible experience and I'm not sure if I want to do this or something of that nature. We have some very qualified people that are very good at teaching. We also have the Nevada Department of Wildlife that teaches firearm safety, hunter education, everything like that. So we have people that can take you from A to Z and everywhere in between that you need to be.
How important is it for you to get children and youth involved in shooting sports and take care of them while they're here?
Well, children, of course, are our future. And it is incumbent upon us that if we're going to do this, that we have to educate the young people on how to be safe and how to do it correctly. We have probably on any given day, if we run 500 shooters through in a day, probably 100, 125 are children. Anywhere from 2, 3 years old up through teenagers. It's the parental discretion on how young they want to teach their children. But it's a very good feeling. We have an NRA junior shooters program that has started up here. We have archery program for juniors that is starting. So we are geared toward teaching juniors and everybody else.
And you welcome people from, we're all here for SHOT Show. You welcome people here. Of course, it's one of the tourist capitals of the world. Anyone could come on up when they're here?
Oh, we've had everybody from Germany, Spain, all over the world and stuff, Japan, China, and there hasn't been a person that's ever come up here, even from some of the large ranges, that hasn't been impressed with this facility. I'm not bragging because I'm here, but this is a beautiful facility. It is state-of-the-art. It is engineered properly. It is just a class program.
Well, Mark, it's awesome to talk to someone who's so proud of what they do and so proud of where they work. So thank you for your time here. We'll definitely take a tour around here, and we appreciate your time here on NRA News.
Thank you, and welcome to Las Vegas. And if you're ever in Las Vegas, we're at 11357 North Decatur, which is the end of Decatur at Gas Mountain. Give us a call, 455-2000. We'll answer your questions. We'd love to have you up here. We shoot Wednesday through Sunday, 7 a.m., 7 p.m., so we hope to see you.